Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Super Cool Radio. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am super excited because I got two great guests joining me for this episode. Please welcome back Detroit's own, the Koffin Kats.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, it's nice to have you guys on the podcast. Obviously, Vic making a return to the podcast, and Tommy, first time on the podcast. So I'm happy to have both of you guys on.
Happy to be here.
Greetings from snowy Columbus, Ohio right now.
Well, I do want to dive into, obviously, I know you guys are currently just started the new tour, but before we get to that, I do want to discuss, since I saw you guys in Grand Rapids on one of your previous tours not too long ago. So how was it touring with Playboy, Manbaby, and the Rumours?
That was fantastic.
We're really lucky in that the bands that come out with us and everything they're hardworking, established bands that have been out there really road dogging it. And so to be able to bring bands out like that with us, it just makes a great package you get your money's worth when you come and see the tour, you know.
Oh yeah, that was out of all the shows I went to last year, which were quite a few, and not knocking any of the shows I went to, but that was the most fun. I think the crowd was really into it, and all the bands delivered just great sets.
Yeah, Playboy, Manbaby. Unfortunately, I don't want to get too much into personal stuff with them, but just days before this current tour that we're on, they were supposed to be out with us. But unfortunately, there was a medical emergency in the band, and they weren't able to do the tour. But fortunately, Carrie Nation and the Speakeasy stepped up and were able to fill in more of the dates and everything. And you know, the road goes on.
That it does, but I do hope everything, a smooth recovery for Playboy, Manbaby, because
absolutely, and we'll be sharing the stage with them in the future. So.
Oh, for sure. They definitely deserve it. And that was my first time seeing them live, and they can throw down.
Oh, yeah. Man, so much fun.
But also, I did want to ask, so with the Grand Rapids show, close to the end of your guys' set, Joey Drink Tickets was waving a flashlight around at the end of the set. Like, what was going on with that?
He was messing around with one of our friends in the back, and I saw the whole thing, but he was flashing him, and the inside jokes in this band supersede on stage, off stage. It doesn't matter. So I was like, oh, here's a moment I can talk some shit to Joey, because I thought at first Joey was trying to get my attention. And then I seen what he was doing. He was waving a flashlight at the I believe it was Clint, right?
I think so.
The drummer from the Rumours. He was shining a flashlight at his nuts for whatever reason. But so I had to give Joey some shit for that. So
well, very good, because I was kind of on the other, like, closer to the far end of the stage, so I was like watching all this, and I was like, "What is he doing?" So there we go.
Joey, that's Joey. He's currently at the casino right now. We've been snowed. I don't know when people are going to listen to this, but right now there's a massive snowstorm going on throughout the Northeast, and I think just the general
half the country
at this point. But we've been snowed in and having slight cabin fever here at the motel. And finally, there was a casino down the street that opened up, so Joey was able to shoot down there because he was about to lose it. He was about to turn into The Shining here.
But is he going to win big at the casino?
We actually got a picture not too long ago here. He was doing okay. So we'll see once the Jägermeister starts flowing. We'll see what the updates are then.
Yeah.
Well, once you had Jägermeister, I think your odds of winning just go up and up, right?
Sure, 100%.
At least you think your odds are going to go up. I should say that. But obviously, I know you guys, I believe you're just like 2 or 3 dates into this current tour, I want to say.
Yes.
So I know obviously the snow, and the ice and everything stretching from Texas to, I think, New York at this point. So how is it going for you guys?
Fine. I mean, we unfortunately our Louisville show had to get canceled. I mean, it just given what's this weather event that's going on, and we just seem to be so lucky now that these last the last 4 or 5 years that we've been hitting the winter tours, we used to never lose shows. And now, unfortunately, some of this weather has gotten so bad that we've had to lose a couple shows here and there each tour, which is like nuts to us because, again, like we prided ourselves on never having to lose a show. But when nature wants to nature, you can't fight that.
Yeah, and when Mother Nature decides to do something, there's not much you can do about it.
No.
No.
But
Yeah,
the ultimate thing is that we don't ever want to hold an event, a show, or anything where if it is treacherous trying to get to the event, we don't want to be responsible. We don't want anybody coming out to see us to risk themselves to do that. That's just not cool. So.
Oh yeah, and it is. I live in northern Indiana, and I can tell you the whole state. This is some of the worst weather that at least I've been here for almost 30 years at this point, and it's bad. It is extremely bad. So to make sure everyone's safety and stuff, completely understandable, and with everything, and yeah, it's bad. I lived here my whole life, and I can tell you I don't get used to it.
We're working our way down to Texas, down to Florida on this run, and then the next run we're out to Texas, and then the run after that's the West Coast, up the West Coast, and then we're basically playing all over the U.S. these upcoming months up until April.
Very good. Well, I hope all the touring and everything goes well for you guys with everything, and seems like obviously weather, seems to be passing so far, so I hope everything goes smoothly with you guys.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes when you hit the road, I mean, that's shit happens, but we go on tour in the wintertime to try to get the warm weather of the South, but that doesn't exist anymore in the wintertime apparently. So
Nope. Maybe when you finally get to Florida, but in between there, no. But I did want to ask, so obviously I saw you guys, on the last tour, and you guys really changed the set from the first time I saw you guys to the more recent time. You guys included some different songs and everything. So I'm curious, so how did Radiator Chains make it into the set, and did the Rumours bully you guys into playing it?
They were one of a few people in our general circle who have been asking for that song for some time, and as a band, you put all this time and effort into an album, and then no sooner do you get done doing the album, you're sick of it, and you're already moving on to the next stuff or whatever else is going on in life. So that album itself, we never really focused on playing too many other tracks off of besides what we had been doing, and that's just one of the songs, I guess, that since almost 10 years over the last decade have kind of rose to the top. So we try to listen to people and what they want to hear. As far as our sets go, we will always include the core songs, the songs that people have been listening to that we've had out since like 2003. That we will always include core songs. And because I'm not a fan of when I go and see an artist I like and all they play is new stuff and really want to just try to spoon feed you that shit. And it's like, I get it. I'll like it when I want to, but I came here to see the stuff that got me into you. And that's kind of how we take the attitude with this band as well. And so we have a core set, and then we like to add things on around it. Just we like to look at things as far as like what our online plays are, what our numbers are on the various streaming sites and stuff. So we try to pay attention to that. So when there are people coming to the shows, or maybe new people that have caught on to us because of something that's on a playlist, or we try to make sure that we have some of those songs to represent that.
Oh yeah, I think with the set it was a nice mix of a lot of different Koffin Kats songs, and obviously with some of them they did surprise me. The guys bust out, but I thought it was so much fun and a great representation of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, and we like having more than one dimension to our sound, and we very well could play. We could do a whole set that's just balls to the wall nonstop, just not even time to think. We could do a whole set that's just slow and just grooving, but it's all about dynamics, and it's all about like having a good time, taking a breather. All right, let's go again. Oh, let's take a breather for a second. That's the same way like how we like to write an album is how we like to do a set list, take you on a ride.
Oh yeah, and it definitely is. And what I really liked is you guys both switch instruments during the set. So I'm kind of curious. So obviously the upright bass different from a guitar, and a guitar different from the upright bass. Is it a different feeling since you guys, obviously with your primary instruments to switch? Is it a different feeling to play the other's instruments?
Yes.
I don't have a problem with it, but
no, he had played both instruments. Before we had did that trick, I had never played stand-up bass, so it was kind of here you go, you're on stage with a stand-up bass, make it work. So for me, it's real different, and I'm still awkward when I hold it because I'm just big and goofy. So it's I'm learning it as we go still 20 years later.
Yeah, it was more so like, hey, look, we figured out how to do this. Okay, now you play the bass, and okay.
Yeah, sure.
But no, we like to have fun with that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not a fan of just standing still, and we have too much fun. We're too stoked up there to just stand still. And at the same time, it's like we do like to give people a show. We do like to be entertaining and try to be, like I said, more than just musicians up there. We want to have something for people to grab their eye, I guess. I think a lot of our philosophy came from the early days of just playing everywhere and anywhere, and nobody ever really knew how to mix our sounds. So we knew it was going to sound bad, most likely, and us just the way we played was probably going to sound bad in the early days. So might as well give something people to remember us by what they visualized. Yeah.
Well, luckily, both times that I've seen you guys sounded great, and it was a lot of fun with that. But you guys definitely you incorporate. It's a cool show with what you guys do. You guys bring the energy, and it just fun. Just fun overall. Just always have a great time when I see you guys live.
That's what we want.
We don't ever want to be loading up after a show thinking like, oh shit, we didn't give people their money's worth. Like if you buy a ticket, that anybody that spends their hard-earned dollars to come and see us, that means the world to us, because when we're not doing Koffin Kats, we are also working for a paycheck, and our money does not go very far when we're not on tour. So we know how it goes because we all live a normal life here too. And so it's like we're forever grateful, that people want to spend their money and come and see us. So it would be horrifying to us to fail them.
Oh, for sure. And just, I mean, I can't say any better with that. It's, you guys are always very, focused on like the crowd and everyone having a great time when they see you guys. So it's definitely, it's very true and very genuine.
Yeah. And it's been really cool to see these last, I mean, there's a new generation, there's a younger generation coming out again. It's been awesome to see these kids coming out. And everybody from all different walks of life, different scenes and everything, and everybody just at our shows having a good time. Doesn't matter, what you're, I like this music, I like this music, I like this music. We take everybody, and and it's been great. It's been really cool these last few tours, like to really see a mixture of all ages and stuff at the shows. And I mean that's what we strive for. Our music. The Koffin Kats music was never meant to just be for like one group of people. If you like music, if you got ears, that's kind of what we write it for.
Oh yeah, I know, and especially seeing the Pyramid Scheme, a very wide demographic of people, and I talked to some of the people at the show and stuff, and it's just so cool when you got people from all age ranges and they still like the same music and stuff. You have an instant connection with people. Yeah.
I mean, and it's nice to know that at almost doing this for a quarter of a century, that there's a new generation getting into it, and so that maybe we can be lucky enough to do it for another 20 years, hopefully.
I hope so. I really hope so. That would be, well, not only really cool to see, but definitely a very like long lasting legacy with everything. Plus, I want to see you guys a bunch more times. So you have to. But I did also like want to ask, since we're talking about the show and the set and everything, I'm curious for both of you guys, what is your favorite song to perform live in the set right now?
Ooh. I think for me, it's probably Wildfire.
All right.
It's just a little bit different than the norm, and I play on a clean channel for a change. That's odd to me, but
That's a change.
It's great. I love it. So I think that it's really, really fun, and there's a lot of backups in it, and it's when it comes in, it's just a powerhouse.
It's been nice to see the reaction to that song as well, because we're like, all right, that's one of the, when we do an album, we always like to throw in a weird track, and that's one of the weird tracks from the more recent albums. So we're like, all right, we'll see what happens. And no, it's been really cool to see the response to it. I mean, for me, one of my favorite songs to play, and we've actually brought it used to just be like during an encore part if we were to come back out, but we brought back one of the first songs that we ever all wrote together was Needles and Blades.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to bring that song back, because it's cool, because there's a lot of people who actually haven't seen us play that song, because again, we usually just reserved it for if like we had it left in the tank in case we got called back out for an encore and stuff. So now that's back in the set in a regular rotation. It's been great playing that every night. So.
Oh, for sure. Well, no, it's been great seeing you guys live with everything and everything you guys do. It's just, well, I want to see you guys live again. So that's always, every time both times I've seen you guys, like, man, I want to see them live again.
Love hearing that.
So I got a few more things before we start to close out this interview. So I'm kind of curious for you guys. So, from obviously talking to you guys in my research, so like you guys completely DIY, especially with the touring. So like, how do you guys prepare for a tour?
Well, first, I got to give a shout out to Crawl Space Booking.
Yes.
We have a booking agent, Jay Crash. He's absolutely great. He's with Crawl Space Booking. He's the one that helps wrangle all the chaos of getting the tours together. We throughout the history of the band, for all the way back to 2003, we started out. I booked our very first tour on America Online, and just by cold emailing people and trying to get connections to clubs, and then within 5 years from that, we were with an agency, and then from that agency we learned a lot, and then did it ourselves, booking, and then the more that this band picked up steam, the more we realized that booking ourselves wasn't working, and then Crawl Space popped up for us, and we've been having a great time working with them and the bands that they've been putting together for these packages, and it's been awesome. So first, big shout out to Crawl Space, and also our social media manager Ruthie. She's the one that really helps us wrangle all that as well, because that's equally as important these days, is to get the word out, because there aren't the weekly rags that come out in the cities anymore that advertise the shows and stuff like that. Everything exists online these days, and to us, it's incredibly overwhelming to focus on all that social media stuff. And as much as we really try to stay interactive with it, she's been really helpful with us as well. So we owe a lot to them to help really get these tours out there and everything. So that goes into a lot of getting ready for the tour, and then usually we'll schedule a bunch of practices leading up to tour, and then we'll do about maybe half of those practices, because like I said, we have busy lives, and I wish the world could be 24/7 Koffin Kats for us, and in some ways it still is, no matter what. But it gets chaotic in between tours, or especially leading up to tours.
Oh yeah.
I definitely believe it with you guys, with everything you guys do. But I'm kind of curious, so then like getting to like the shows and stuff, performing, as a Koffin Kats for, as you said, almost 25 years at this point. Like, do you ever get like nervous or excited before a show, or you just like show up and rock?
It's yeah, all of that wrapped into one, I guess. We always one thing that we do, and some people think we're crazy for this, but like we absolutely, no matter what, have to be there early. We have to be there early because if we're not early, we're late, and then we're all stressed out and everything. So we like to be wherever we're at early, and then we can all relax and business as usual load in, and sometimes sound check, sometimes just line check or whatever. And once everything's in and the equipment's in and the merch is set up and we can breathe, then the night is ready to rock. But usually it's stressful every day up until getting everything loaded in and everything's good to go.
Yeah. I can breathe when I hit the first chord and everything works.
when you flip the switch on your amp, or you open up your upright bass case and you're like, all right, it's still in one piece, let's do this,
Yeah, now the fun can begin after all of that.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. And it's a lot goes on with shows. I know I've been kind of as press for shows and stuff, and just seeing everything that goes on before the show starts, before the doors open. There's always so much that goes along with everything.
Yeah, it's organized chaos is what we have, and we've been wrangling it fairly well for some time now, I think. For sure.
But I do got just a couple more fun questions before we head out. So I'm curious for you guys, a new question I've been asking my guests this season. So I'm curious for both of you guys. So if you guys got into a bar fight, there's 3 people trying to fight you. Which 2 musicians throughout history, anyone you would like, would you want in your corner to back you up in the fight?
Shit.
I mean, I think Doyle would probably be a good option, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. If you got that guy behind you, you probably don't even need to do any swinging. He just scares everybody away, right? Maybe I'll take Doyle and Peter Steele. Those dudes behind me would look like giants.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'd be like, try something.
Solid. You wouldn't have to do any work, Vic.
No. Like I said, it'd be a great fight because I don't think any fight would actually have to happen. So. I
agree. Tommy, how about for you? I don't know if you can beat that.
No, I know. I'll take Corey Feldman then because it'll be funny. I'm gonna get my ass kicked by Team Vic.
You want to take me?
Well, then what about your team?
Yeah, but that.
Adopt me.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm in his family thing now.
You can take me and we'll get our asses kicked together.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, team building.
Yeah. Tommy, I'll turtle with you too.
Here you go.
Oh, that's solid. That's good. See, I don't know how to transition that. That was just good. That was I couldn't ask for a better answer.
Yeah, we're lovers, not fighters.
Yeah.
It may look like that on stage, but we're not exactly lovers together. But I mean, I do love him, but not in that aspect, I guess.
Yeah, brotherly love.
Good clarification.
Yeah.
All right, so one more before we start to close this out. So I'm curious for you guys. So as we've said, Koffin Kats going on almost 25 years. So I'm curious for both of you guys, what has been like some of like the standout moments and memories from the Koffin Kats so far?
Man, we were just talking about how we needed to start writing this stuff down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And we didn't write anything down.
No, and I said that's one of those stories that'd be great to remember if we ever get asked one of those questions about what's. Actually, I have a highlight. So we had a motorhome that we used to roll around in. Like it was we've had some interesting tour vehicles over the years. At one point, though, we had this 1997 Winnebago, and we would all just black out in it and pass out wherever. and we had a night off, and we were in the middle of like, I don't know, somewhere near the California-Arizona border, and just it was a party, and we had Joey, and we had another road guy with us, Jesse, and I think Jesse was sleeping in his bunk, and Joey comes in with a tumbleweed. He finds a tumbleweed outside the just blowing around in whatever vacant hellhole we were in, and it just gets this tumbleweed, comes in, and he smashes this tumbleweed on top of Jesse, and it blows apart in the motorhome. And I mean, wherever that motorhome is at to this, there's probably tumbleweed somewhere if it's still in that thing. I mean, you'd sit down, you get tumbleweed in your pants, it just never left. It's like a glitter bomb exploding. But yeah, that was something, the tumbleweed experience. And then we were like, all right, new rule, don't ever bring a tumbleweed into the tour vehicle.
Yeah. That was great.
The thought process to not only catch a tumbleweed, but to then smash it over someone's head is...
there's something to be said about thought process in this band, and these some of the decisions that have been made while under influences.
I wish I would have witnessed that though, because I think it would have been hilarious to see.
Oh man,
yeah,
but
you
yeah,
can do a lot of cool stuff. Like, got to fish in the Rio Grande River, got to fish in the Colorado River, stuff that probably took for granted at the time. But when I look back at it, it's like, holy shit! Like, I don't know nobody else in my friends group growing up or anything that got to do that, or just travel everywhere with your buddies. Since
randomly stop and have shots on Waylon Jennings' grave.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've been very, very fortunate to do a lot of cool stuff that are, if working a different job, would probably not allow us to do. So.
Oh, for sure. Well, I appreciate you guys sharing some very fun and very cool stories as well. So as we're closing this out, so I do also want to highlight Vic's Pickups, whose hat I got right here.
Yeah, I noticed that. Thanks.
Good,
I appreciate your support, man.
Of course. Always going to support you guys. So as we're closing this out, so if anyone's not familiar with Vic Pickups, what is it?
So I played upright bass, and there's a couple different ways you can amplify an upright bass to play on a stage. And the way that I do it, I happen to just make a custom pickup set, the same set that I use on my bass, and I offer that for upright players. And I'm in development of a preamp mixer system for gear nerds. We'll get into it, but it mixes two signals together and sends it out to the bass amplifier. And so I've been working on that, and it's cool to be able to. I try not to cross-contaminate Koffin Kats with Vic's pickups and whatnot, but they kind of coexist in the sense that, well, it's an upright bass thing, and it's not like I'm making a guitar pickup. It's an upright bass thing, and Koffin Kats are kind of an upright bass band. So.
Oh yeah, well, I'm repping the hat, but also I got the Koffin Kat shirt.
Yeah, look at that. Yep.
I got both. I'm repping both.
That's one of our new favorite shirt designs too, from our buddy Sam Wolf.
Oh, I like this one, and I have the I got the Caddy Hearst one.
Yep, classic.
And then the sea creature lagoon monster.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That one's actually my favorite, but I was like, I want to kind of match a little bit, so I went with this one. But you guys always have sweet looking merch. Like you guys, it always looks cool, and it's just like the vibe of Koffin Kats. So I always appreciate it.
Yeah, the reason that we have cool looking merch is that we hire good artists. We do not have any artistic abilities of drawing or anything. The furthest that I've gone is drawing a stick figure, maybe doing something and saying, hey, we have an idea for a shirt that's like this. And then we send it over to far more talented people, and they give us back amazing shirt designs that that's what is the bread and butter that helps keep touring musicians alive, is T-shirts and CDs and vinyl, and that's how we're really all surviving out here as our merchandise booth.
Oh yeah, merch is that's really what helps propel bands with everything. It puts gas in the gas tank, especially on tour.
And we have some very generous fans and friends that help keep the wheels turning, and that's one of the reasons that we're able to keep doing this. And as long as people are able to come out to the shows, we'll be able to keep showing up.
Oh, for sure. Well, I know every time I see you guys, I'm like, I got to pick up some merch because it always looks cool. Or I buy from your store as well. But I always try to support at the show.
We appreciate you, man.
Of course. So as we're closing this interview out, so we're heading into February. So how's the 2026 looking like for you guys?
Busy. So we are actually, while we're on the road right now, we are simultaneously working on new material. We have some plans to do some recording here soon, and as well as we have our tour season that takes us into April. We have a few months off. Tommy has a hernia surgery that he's got to get taken care of, so we're gonna get him all patched up at the end of April, and he's got a few months off for recovery, and then we'll fire the Koffin Kat machine back up midway through the year and keep touring throughout the rest of the year.
Right. Well, Tom, I hope everything goes smoothly with your upcoming surgery.
I appreciate that, man. We're getting through it.
Oh, for sure. But I will leave some links for the Koffin Kats in the description of his podcast. Please check out and support them and come to an area near you. Make sure to see them live and support them and buy some merch as well.
Thank you.
Woo-woo.
For Vic and Tommy of the Koffin Kats, I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.
Yeah, frosty.